Hello students, hope you all are fine at your home. So already we have discussed about the sentences, chapter number 1. Now the same I am going to, there are two parts of the sentence, that is the subject and the predicate. So we will start the chapter here. Every sentence has a two essential part, that is the subject and the predicate. The subject and the predicate may consist of one word or many words. The subject and predicate both can consist of one or more words. So there are two parts of the sentence as we can read. Neeraj reads a book. So we are talking about here about the Neeraj. So Neeraj is the subject of that part of the sentence. So rest of the part is called the predicate. The same in the second sentence. The sun rises in the east. The first part we are talking about the subject, that is the sun, and the rest of the part is called as predicate. So what is subject? Now we will get to know. It can come in the at the first, at the front of the sentence, or at the end of the sentence, or at the middle of the sentence, but which we are talking about, that is called the subject. So the part which refers to the person or thing we are speaking about, that is called the subject. ਜਿਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹ ਵਾਲਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸ ਦਾ ਪਾਰਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਬਜੈਕਟ ਆਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ. Next is about, we are talking about the predicate. Rest of the sentence, the part which tells something about the subject. जो सानू subject दे बारे दसदा है, that part is called as the predicate. So one thing more we have to remember, that in imperative sentences the subject is left out. So in imperative sentences the subject is not given there, so that part is start with the directly verb. So you is silent here, so it is understood go to school. The sentence is go to school. To whom it is saying? To the person who is standing in the front of that person. So you go to the school. So you is silent here, it is understood, so that part is called, sentence is called the imperative sentence. Like that, in the imperative sentences, in interrogative sentences, the subject is coming at the last. So it doesn't matter that subject will only come in the front of the sentence. So one useful tips also given here. The subject may come at the beginning or middle or at the end of the sentence. It may come anywhere in the sentence. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਬਜੈਕਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸ ਦੇ ਸਟਾਰਟਿੰਗ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਲੱਗਾ ਹੋਵੇ, ਉਹ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਲੱਗ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ, ਮਿਡਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂ ਐਂਡ ਵਿੱਚ. ਇਟ ਕੈਨ ਬੀ ਅ ਨਾउन. ਉਹ ਨਾउन ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ, ਪ੍ਰਨਾउन ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ, ਔਰ ਵਰਡਸ ਡੂਇੰਗ ਦਾ ਵਰਕ ਆਫ ਨਾउन. ਜੋ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਵਰਕ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਨਾउन ਦਾ ਵਰਕ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਇੱਕ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸ ਦਾ ਸਬਜੈਕਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ. So after that, the exercise, back exercise already we have sent to you, so you can, I will send you again. Those who have not done can do the back exercise again. So next chapter we will also do the next chapter today, that is the phrases and the clause. So it is also a part of the sentence, phrases and clauses. Sentence already we have discussed. So example is given here, the sun sets in the west. This is the sentence. So in this sentence, the red part you can see in the west, that part is called as the phrase. So what do you mean by the phrase? A group of words which makes a sense but not a complete sense. ਇੱਕ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸ ਜਿਹਦਾ ਜੋ ਇੱਕ ਇਹ ਪਾਰਟ, ਹਾਫ ਪਾਰਟ ਆਫ ਦਾ ਸੈਂਟੈਂਸ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਬੱਚੇ, which make a sense, एक sense करता है, but it does not make a complete sense. So you can see that to go home is a incomplete sense, but it make a sense but not a complete sense. That part of the sentence is called as the phrase. Same in the second sentence, he left in the evening. So in the evening, that is the phrase, and we will complete it with by adding the he left in the evening. So red part in the sentences, that is the phrase. So already we have discussed that a group of words which make a sense but not a complete sense, that part of the sentence is called as the phrase. Next part is called the clauses. We are talking about clause now. A group of words which forms a part of sentence. A group of words which forms a part of sentence, but it has contained a subject and the predicate. In phrases, we have learned that it has no subject and predicate on its own, but in the clause, it has its own subject and the predicate. So this is the difference between the phrase and the clauses, that it both they have the incomplete sense, they make a sense but not a complete sense both. But in this, it does not have a subject and the predicate, but in the clause it has its own subject and the predicate. The example, we will come to the example. This is the girl who won the race. So who won the race is the clause of the part of the sentence. Who is the subject, won the race is the predicate. Again I am going to tell you here, who is the subject and won the race is the predicate of that sentence. In the above example, who won the race is a clause. It contains subject, that is who, and predicate, won the race. Similarly, other examples has been given of the clauses. Friends who keep their words can be trusted. Who keep their words is the clause, and who here is the subject and keep their words is the predicate. Here which is the subject and is made of silver is the predicate. And who we are writing with the persons, and which we are writing for the things. So we think which is here, silver is the thing. So who we are talking about, the friends we are talking about the. So who we will write for the person, and which we are write for the non-living things. Understood, students? So after that, exercises are given there. Already we have discussed the exercises in the PDF. So again I am going to send the PDF of both of these chapters. Hope you understand, student, this both chapters. Whoever is the problem, I am going to send the PDF so you can see the PDF.